It is another roasting day in Adelaide. I've just checked out, so I'm walking to the tram and I've booked a bag drop again. Bag drops are incredible, great invention. Yeah, my flight's not till 4, so I'll probably leave the city centre around 1:30, 2 sort of time. So I just thought it's easier if I drop my bags and then I can go get breakfast. I might do the Migration Museum because I didn't end up doing that yesterday, or even one of the art museums or something. And yeah, and then I can just collect my bags and go to the airport when I need. So it just gives me a bit more flexibility. I also can't stop thinking about yesterday, and particularly last night. It was such a good event, and yeah, like I said, I wanted to see some live music, but I did not anticipate it being that good. Yeah, I keep watching the videos back because, yeah, I loved it. So I feel very, very glad about that. But yeah, I want to find a nice brunch spot and I'm kind of feeling like French toast or something really cold. Maybe I'll get another coffee as well. Not cold, but you know. It's 9:30 in the morning and it's 34 degrees, which is insane. I mean, it is going to get colder apparently throughout the day. I mean, I won't be here for the whole day, but 34 degrees, that's why I feel like it's the end of the world. I feel like that was half a success for breakfast. The coffee was really good. But yeah, the pancakes, I ordered the pancakes and I thought it would be with like yogurt and fruit. And I was thinking, oh, I kind of want that. I really wanted fruit. But it came with ice cream. I was like, it's 10:30 in the morning. I'm not that keen for a big dollop of ice cream. So I ate the pancakes. The ice cream was just like, I don't think I can stomach this early. So I feel like the coffee will probably make me tired, and then I'll probably have like a sugar crash. So this could be interesting. So I really want to have some fruit. But as I say, coffee was good. So yeah, but I'm heading to the Migration Museum now. It is so warm, so I was like, I just need to go somewhere air-conned, and it looks quite interesting. So yeah, hopefully no taxidermy this time. So all the stones here have names on, or family names, and where people have come from to South Australia. So there's one that actually says Durham, Cornwall, but then there's like Indonesia, Lithuania, Germany, Ireland, Cyprus. Yeah, so many. But yeah, it's a really, really interesting museum. It's full of personal stories, so it's not just the history, it's like individual stories even up until like the modern day, and it's well laid out because they've got what was happening in the context of like the world, so if there were wars going on, or I don't know, just general like context of what was happening, but then they've got what was happening in South Australia, and so it's really clear to make the link. So for example, when it was the Second World War and post-war, with like loads of people coming to South Australia, what were those demographics, where were people coming from, and you can make the link between the two. So there was a whole section on Estonia and why people came over from Estonia, and then same with Vietnam, just after the Vietnam War, why there were so many people that came over and stuff like that. So that was really interesting, and again, it's personal story, so I think it works really well. But these stones are amazing. So yeah, I can highly recommend the Migration Museum. It was so interesting. Yeah, and obviously had loads of history, but then also had more recent stuff, which I love when museums have recent stuff. Although I did go to a museum, was it the Ulster Museum in Northern Ireland, which I would have gone to in 2022, I think, 2022, and they already had stuff about, they had a whole thing about COVID. I was like, guys, too soon. But no, this was really good. And as I say, like the personal stories, I think massively make it. And it was also very well air conditioned, so that definitely helped. But yeah, really cool. And they had so many people involved in it. Even like I think I showed there were all these tapestries, which they're like banners, which like local groups had made and donated to the museum as part of a big project. But obviously the event I went to yesterday, some of the groups are talked about there, so that was a nice little link, and I could like visualise who those groups were and yeah, what they do. It is still absolutely roasting, so I'm going to head to the art gallery. I think I said yesterday I don't really get art, but it's something to do, and hopefully there'll be interesting stuff there. I just left the art museum. It was alright. It had some interesting stuff. Most stuff I was just like, I don't know what this is. When it's like either landscapes or religious art, I find it very, very easy to understand whatever, but some stuff I was very, very confused by. I love the Aboriginal art though, I find it so beautiful. A security guard did also like follow me around the whole way, which I found a little bit weird. I took a few photos and it wasn't because of that, because I asked like, oh, can you take photos, and they were like, yeah, that's fine. So I was a little bit confused and it made me feel a bit awkward. And then I heard a massive bang and I was like, oh my gosh, someone's like broken something in the museum. No, just someone dropping a hydro flask, which is probably like the loudest sound ever. But yeah, it was alright. It was good to be out of the sun. Yeah, I'm not sure, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's just before 12. I'm gonna find something else to do, come up with a little plan, because yeah, it's very, very warm. But yes, I think the Migration Museum has like heightened my standards of museum, and I knew the art museum would fall short of that, but it was still good. I just started walking and ended up in like the back of the university. One thing I do love though is my phone connects to Edurome, the like university Wi-Fi, wherever I go. So if I see my phone connected to Wi-Fi, I know there's a university nearby. I hate Edurome Wi-Fi, like when I'm at uni it's an absolute pain, but it's nice when you're on the other side of the world and you get a reminder of uni. In fact, today's Monday, so I should be, well obviously time difference, but Monday morning 9 AM I should be in a law lecture. And no, I'm swanning around Adelaide, so I can't complain, and slightly glad I get to miss the first 2 weeks of uni. Also tomorrow I need to run a half marathon. Why did I sign up for a marathon? Yeah, I need to run a half marathon, get some training under my belt. It's supposed to be a bit cooler tomorrow, I think like 23 degrees, so basically I'm going to try and leave first thing, get it done. I've planned out a little route in Melbourne, so I'm going to try and go past Junction Oval and the MCG, maybe Marvel Stadium as well. So I'm just going to try and do the stadiums, go to the seafront, go around the park. Yeah, I've figured out, I think it's 21km route. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Obviously the last time I did a half marathon was October, and to be fair I found that fine, like I found it okay, but to be fair the weather was perfect. It was like perfect conditions, because it wasn't freezing, like it was a bit chilly, so obviously that's perfect when you're running. There was no rain and it wasn't like hot or humid or anything. Like it was Manchester in October, so it was absolutely fine, and I had gels and obviously water on the way. Normally when I train I don't train with water at all, but I feel like here I will need to. So luckily my route will go past a lot of shops, so like I'll be able to stop for water. I know where their toilet stops are, and I might try and buy like one gel or even just some like jelly babies or something, just to have at like the 15km mark when my legs are giving up. I mean I ran 13km at Christmas and I was fine, and like after I didn't feel particularly knackered or anything. My legs didn't really hurt the next day, so I should be okay, just as long as it's not too humid. Which, to be fair, when I was in Melbourne the first time, it wasn't like sticky heat or anything. It wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't too bad. So that's my challenge for tomorrow. Tonight I need to find pasta for dinner, and I'm gonna buy like those instant porridge pots because the hotel will presumably have a kettle, because I also want to have hotel breakfast after my run, so I don't want to go to hotel breakfast super early and get like porridge or whatever from there. So yeah, we're gonna conquer this because there's going to be worse training. There's going to be training where I'm doing 30 kilometres, so 21 will be nothing compared to that. I went and got some water from a fountain there, but it was like the temperature that I would probably have a cup of tea at. So I'm going to go find some cold water because I am melting. But yeah, I've been kind of taking note of what like tap water tastes like in different places, because obviously as someone from Birmingham, my standards for tap water are very high. Manchester water, when I first came up there, it tasted like paint, which I was not a fan of. But yeah, my host in Melbourne was like, oh, we've got the best water in the country. And I did not like the Melbourne water. So the Sydney water, where I stayed the first time, that was unreal. That was also because my host put the water in the fridge. Like, she just filled up bottles from, it was tap water, but she just put it in the fridge. It was nice and cold. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Hobart water was quite good. Yeah, Adelaide tastes a little bit grassy. But what can you do? Water's water. I'm grateful to have it, but yeah, I need to find some really cold water because it's 36 degrees today and I am melting. I've downed a bottle of water, 600 millilitre bottle of water, so I'm not dehydrated anymore. I'm gonna go collect my bags. I think there's a concert happening really close to where I'm collecting my bags, because when I left there were maybe like 20 or 30 people sat outside queuing. I presume it's like an evening concert, which is mad that they're queuing in this heat, because yeah, that surely can't be a good idea. So I hope it's not too busy, because yeah. But then yeah, quick walk to the bus stop and then get the bus to the airport. As it stands, my flight is not delayed, but as we know, that may well change. To be fair, I haven't got anything like I have to do this evening, and so I'm meant to get in just before 6, so yeah, as long as I can get to my hotel like at least before 9, then I'll be happy and I can get my pasta. It's actually disgusting how much I'm sweating right now. My rucksack is wet from my back. That is so good. But yeah, I've walked like 1.5 kilometres to this bus stop to get the bus to the airport. Do you know what? I could have taken an Uber. It's all about saving the pennies. I don't know why I haven't taken an Uber. I really should have, but never mind. I also can't read the bus signs like until the bus is really close, so I just have to guess. I'm through security through bad job. There's nothing more humbling than having to take my hat off when I go through security, because I'm like, I didn't prepare my hair for this, so it just looks ridiculous. But yeah, I've got like 1.5 hours. I came to the airport later than I planned, but I still have loads of time, so I'm gonna find a snack and yeah. I think I've got used to the whole taking the stuff out of my suitcase. That's going to be more than 15 kilograms. This is my last Jetstar flight, so I won't have to do that for the Virgin flight. So yeah, penultimate domestic flight of the trip. I'm very excited to get to Melbourne. I haven't had a moment yet where I've been like, oh, I miss home or whatever, but they just started playing All This Time by Sting, which I always play in the car. It's fine. It's okay being on the other side of the world.
Service. You'll find a copy of the menu located in your seat pocket.
I've arrived in Melbourne. It's 40 degrees, and stepping off the plane is also kind of windy, so it literally felt like someone got a hairdryer and was just like hair drying me. I've made it to the hotel. My rule with hotels is I can't sit on the bed until I've got out of my like travel clothes. I'm sweating so much. Basically, got off the plane and obviously the propellers are still kind of going a little bit. Well, not propellers, engines. I don't know, that part of the plane. But it was also quite windy, so it basically felt like I was surrounded by people with hair dryers just blasting them at me, and I was sweating. But obviously in the airport it's fine because it's aircon. But then I got on the Sky bus and there was no aircon, and I was like, how am I going to sit here for half an hour? I made it though, and I've got to the hotel. I'm going to go find pasta. I found a really nice pasta restaurant, and get my carbs in, and then find a little shop to get my stuff for the run tomorrow. Yeah, very excited, very happy to be in Melbourne. Got a nice view. Yeah, gonna try and get an early night as well. This is my haul from Woolies. I got these porridge pots. This was literally the only option because it was just like a little shop. So I got 2 of them because I was like, I don't know how much I want in the morning. And I got some raspberries to go with it because I was like, I feel like porridge on its own just won't hit. I couldn't find a little toothpaste, so I had to get a big one. And then I found jelly tots. So they were in the like world foods aisle where it's like there are custard creams and stuff. So I got them because everything else was in really big bags, and obviously I don't want that, and I'm not going to eat them unless I'm running. So like I feel like I won't, because that's like up to there. I won't eat all of them, but they'll fit at least in my pouch. Yeah, I'm like, why did I sign up for a marathon? Yeah, I'm excited to run the half tomorrow though. Like I think it will be good to just make it normal, if that makes sense, because the only other time I've run a half marathon is in a race, and so it's just like, yeah, it's very different when you're doing it on your own. There's no one cheering, there's no medal at the end. Yeah, like why on a random Tuesday morning I'm doing a half marathon, I don't get a medal? Like how's that fair? But yes, the only thing that's annoying about my route as well is that because obviously I start like in Melbourne, like near the centre, I'm just going to be crossing roads a lot. So I'll be stood at the traffic lights for like 10 minutes. So my elapsed time is going to be awful. And also, like, it just messes up my rhythm. Like, even when I did 5K the other day in Melbourne, it just, I don't know, it kind of messed with my rhythm a bit. So, because last time when I did the half marathon in October, I didn't stop at all. Like, even when I saw my parents, I was still kind of running. So, yeah, I think that would be kind of annoying, but is what it is. Like, I mean, I get to run in Melbourne, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go down to the seafront, run along there, past Junction Oval, past the MCG. Yeah, hopefully the route will work. Obviously I've just planned the route out. I don't know what the roads are like in practice. Like some of them I've been on, but obviously I didn't have loads of time to explore last time, so I don't know. We shall see. But that is my plan for tomorrow. I'm going to wrap it up here because I'm going to have a shower and go to bed because I need an early night. I have no idea what time I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I feel like 6, because then I can definitely be out by 7. But I don't know.